Hi there, everybody. I'm Lee Carroll.
And I'm Monica Muranyi.
Welcome to another Healing Wednesday. Specifically, welcome to the subscribers. Before we go much further, I'm going to do what I always do. Do you think they're tired of this yet?
Well, if they are, they can make a cup of tea, get a glass of wine, whatever it is in your time zone that works for you if you're tired of... But I think it's important, Lee.
I'm going to talk yet again about internet and how sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. And you never know from one time to another. And the point is this, don't be frustrated. If these programs are jittery, if they stop and start, if the audio comes and goes and your refresh button doesn't take care of it, the answer truly is to stop and not watch the program until the replay. And the replays are recordings of these live broadcasts, and streaming takes a lot more computer power than actually playing a replay. And so, therefore, if we're going to do a replay, and you can just wait, don't be frustrated, about an hour and a half or so after this program is completed, we'll post the replays. Now, some people have asked, well, how do I know? You know, you are on a list, and there's an email. There's numbers of ways how we can tell you about these replays. It's not a mystery, and we are putting them all together for you as well. So, indeed, don't be frustrated. If you can't get a good showing, it's too important not to see it right. I know it's a double negative, but this is how I feel about it. So this basically is what I wanted to tell you is don't be frustrated and go right to the replay. Now, another announcement today, and that is this. If you're a healer or a certified practitioner or a medical doctor or a nurse with a perspective on alternate healing methods, we're looking for you. These Healing Wednesday shows, of course, we're going to do them for a year, and so we're looking for good speakers, and this is next to our hearts, and the reason we're doing this in the interviews is to let you see things that you probably would never see before. You can apply to be a speaker on Healing Wednesdays, and we'll give you an idea if you're a good fit or not, and we'll get back to you if you are. It helps if you already have a following, a practice, perhaps even a list. We'll drop an application link in the chat box today. It's really easy. Just fill out the form. And if you're a good fit, as I say, we'll contact you. So also feel free to forward that application if you know anybody who fits this criteria. Truly, this is next to our hearts in order to present the kinds of healing that you may never have heard about before. This is what Monica and I want to do. Yeah. And so far we've been successful because people are writing in and said, I had no idea about this person or this modality or whatever. And that's part of what we're doing on this show.
I think it's important for us to find out who is available to help us.
Right.
And if you don't know what you don't know, then how are you going to know?
Where did you get that phrase?
It's almost like I've been listening to Kryon.
It's almost so. So we take this opportunity, just for a few minutes, to go into some fun experiences we've had or some things that we'd like to share with you that no one has either heard of, or even if they had, it's only been a select few perhaps who have gone to our seminars. And so what have we selected today?
Well,
Give me a hint so I'll know what we're doing.
So Lee often relies on me to be his brain.
It's not often. It's all the time, actually.
And, you know, it's pretty tough for a guy to live with a woman who remembers everything.
Yes, that's right. That's actually my line. Right.
But today, Lee, what I thought would be fun to share with everyone is how you handled a situation on going to a place and presenting when this place banned you from using their name.
I know exactly where you're going with this one.
And the place is called CERN.
CERN, C-E-R-N.
It's in Geneva, Switzerland.
Largest atomic accelerator in the world.
And there was plans to go and tour the building. We were doing seminars in Geneva and so excited in the build-up for it. And yet, before it happened, our organizer was contacted by CERN requesting us to, I think, not come.
Well, actually, that's true. So we have this metaphysical group. We got the channeler, that's me, by the way, and we have all this set up, and it was Ilan, I believe, was the one who was setting this all up, and we were going to go to the Large Hadron Collector at CERN, in Geneva, Switzerland.
Collider. I don't think it's a collector.
No, it's not a collector at all. Thank you for being my brain.
That's okay.
So we're set to go there. And I'm a nerd, so I can hardly wait. Now, I've been to Fermilab. I've done that tour. And there's a lot of people who are also interested to take a tour of this amazing facility doing all this physics. All right, so it's set up. Greg Braden is coming with us. He's a speaker. We're going to do a number of seminars around that. And what I mean by that, before and after. Seminars are going to be held in a hotel that's very, very close to the facility of CERN. CERN is so large, by the way, it spans 2 countries, both France and Switzerland.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to cross the border in order to continue to serve a CERN. All right, so we get this notification that says, please don't come. And
well, the seminar didn't hinge on us coming or going to CERN. It was an added excursion option. There was not going to be any channeling. It was simply having an interest in going and being on a guided tour that they put on themselves.
The reason I said don't come is because we had already used their name in our advertising of this metaphysical event. They said you can't do that. Because we don't basically, and I'll just paraphrase, we don't want anything to do with you because you're the Looney Tune people and we're real. We represent physics and you represent who knows what. And they were upset that we were using their name. That we weren't using their name for advertising. We just said, we're going to CERN as an excursion.
I think they did not want anything to do with anything New Age.
That's
because
correct.
They are serious scientists. And to keep that separation.
And they'd seen me channel on YouTube, and they said, not going to do it. So we said, what Elon said is would it be okay if we continue our advertising, because we've already done this for some months and we have a lot of signups, and simply did not use your name at all in any form, even after we get there. We won't say your name in any of our seminars or anything else. And they said yes, that was acceptable. So suddenly I had an issue. My issue was this, is that I was going to CERN and I had a whole presentation, and it was a metaphoric presentation which was showing how CERN worked and how applying all of these things to our body and our atomic structure and the things that I do in my lectures. Suddenly I couldn't say the word CERN. So I had an issue. How do I do this? Luckily for me, Lego. Do you know Lego?
Yeah.
Okay. Most people know Lego. Had done all kinds of CERN figures. Not only that, they had a CERN, a whole facility. You could build CERN in Lego. And so I renamed it. I don't really remember.
I do.
What was the name?
Colossal.
Yeah.
Do you remember E?
No.
I think it was enormous.
Okay, colossal, that was CE.
Round.
Thingy. And
I think that's what you chose as your acronym.
That's right, CERT.
No, CERT, yeah.
CERT.
We changed CERN to CERT.
To CERT, colossal, enormous, round thingy.
Yes.
That's right. And so that became CERT. And I used Lego to tell about the you-know-what that I cannot say. And that's how I presented the whole thing. I said, I'm not allowed to say what it is, so today it's going to be CERT, and here's a picture of it. And so we all just Lego, and the whole time it was saying, if you think you know what it is, well, wink, wink. We can't say it, but so we did the whole presentation was that.
I love that. You were just bending the rules.
Just bent through, but I never said their name.
You never said their name.
That's right.
And the excursion still took place. And I think for me, what I remember the most, what impacted me, was we had the most beautiful tour guide that took us on the excursion, and he was so passionate about what he was showing us. He had the energy of, if anyone has ever met Bruce Lipton and heard him speak and talk, there's this enthusiasm and energy, and it's almost like this tour guide was a spiritual brother of Bruce Lipton.
I know.
And during our guide, the tour, we had Greg Braden with us. And one of the things the guide remarked to us, who are you people? Because we had a large number of women. in the group. And as you can imagine...
More than they would be used to for a physics tour.
Yeah, in the physics tour, what are all these women in your group and coming in and being interested? And we also had with us in our group a woman by the name of Sundari, and she is a chemist with the most amazing story.
She's a PhD chemist, professor.
Yes, but she was awarded her PhD 48 years later.
That's right.
And her story is amazing. In fact, Lee has it as part of one of the free videos that he offers. So I do encourage you to look at Sundari's story.
Let me tell you,
she was there as well.
And then you can finish it up. But when we were taking the tour, and by the way, as an engineer and as a nerd and all, I was just overwhelmed with the physics involved in the sub-zero temperatures and how everything worked, and we really ate it up. And Greg Braden and I and Sundari and the other gals asking him all of these questions, and he was really taken aback because they were real questions,
intelligent questions.
Instead of most tourists were saying, what is the thingy here? And we were asking him, physics stuff and chemistry and all of this. And I think we overwhelmed him a bit, but he was so enamored with it. He even got more active.
He did. He became more animated. Yeah. And the thing that touched me the most is when the tour was over, and we were genuinely so appreciative of him and his time that we individually, one by one, hugged this man in gratitude and thanks. And before we could get to the last person's hug, he was weeping. That just affected me, because when you start treating people like family and you have that reaction, it's an energy that gets created on the planet that is never destroyed. It's always there. And even me telling it and reliving that moment, it's an energy that's created that you never know who you're going to meet and what impact you're going to have.
I think, too, as you look back on it, I will tell you what I found out later, is that none of the physicists or the workers or anybody at CERN cared at all that I was New Age or as a channeler, and especially this man. This all came from the fear of the public relations department at CERN, thinking that they were aligning in an inappropriate way for those who had funded it and all that. I understand all that. So it wasn't the physicists, and it wasn't anybody we met at all who had any objections.
Yeah, but what a beautiful soul. Yeah.
It was a beautiful soul, and I think he liked Lego too. I never asked him. But so this is just one of many stories of the kinds that we have as we go around the world. We went from there. Did we do a Mont Blanc from there? Or did we... I forgot.
Yes.
Was that another one?
Yeah, no, we went to Chamonix.
To Chamonix.
Did the choir and the seminar.
And the choir.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now you're testing my memory.
Now I'm testing your
memory.
You're
putting me on the spot.
That's the first time that we ever started at one level and went up to below freezing to give a channel and come back down. That's another story.
It is.
We'll go into that.
I think, too, what was so fun with the CERN, I had no idea. Maybe everyone else did. But they're responsible for the wide world web, the internet.
That's right.
I mean, if you didn't know that, how amazing. They had a collaboration of international scientists that needed to share data.
Yeah.
And there was no mechanism to create that. So they created it. And guess what? The entire planet right now, the fact that we're streaming to you right now is a result of that project. How amazing.
There's a lot of amazing things there. And the reason I was so enamored, I mean, if you're into electronics at all or physics at all, when you use copper as an insulator, that means something to somebody. You're dealing with some very unusual energies and temperatures.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. What are we doing next?
I think we should move into a channel from Kryon.
I'm ready.